What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Christopher here. Here's an update on my fish tanks. Should be good. Alright, 75 gallon Aquarium aquarium, hybrid rose queen. Quite old fish I have. About 3 fish in one, hybrid. So I just did a little bit ago, was topped off about 5 gallons. Put the circulation pumps towards the substrate and blew all the detritus and waste all around. And then I put easy balance and safe in the tank to detoxify and eat any of the organic waste stuff. The easy balance is a bacteria. But yeah. 2 maxi jets, 500 gallons a piece, so about 1,000 gallons on that side. Got a large air pump on the top with 6 outlets, pumping some good oxygen or air into the tank. Got some sponge filters. Got a wave maker or circulation pump, 2 heads on it. The substrate is pebbles, carob sea or agonite, crushed coral, cichlid sand, symmetric rings, and most of what all my aquarium substrates consist of. So what I feed my fish is seaweed and nori seaweed and New Light Spectrum float, extra large pellets. Some fish, like this queen, doesn't like the seaweed as much. She has her moments. So with the maxi jets, you can basically put them any direction you want. Got a Coral Life fluorescent tube at top. Couple Tetra Whisper air pumps. Here's the high output piston air pump. 6 outlets. Whoa, Chris. Oh, I did that on purpose, Chris. I think I did, right? I think so. So here's a Aqua Clear 110 with Marine Pure and a coarse and fine pad at the bottom. Here's an Aquarium 5575 client flow. And this, I think, in this chamber has matrix. And then Marine Pure on each side, and so coarse and fine. I did just have fine padding, but I found that wasn't polishing the water, so I had that in there. So probably about 2 weeks ago or so, I did water changes. Did some gravel vac and water change water out. Added some API aquarium salt. Cleaned the lids with a razor blade. Cleaned the glass with a mag float with polyfiber attached to it. A little bit of filter pad maintenance. Alright guys, we're going to go to the next tanks. So coming down under that tank above are 220 tall aquariums. Have a Yellow Lab Zebra hybrid, Yellow Lab cichlid. Just nothing special, but she or he's been in there for quite a while. Growing some long fins. We'll get a little closer here in a second. Here's the other 20 tall with the Yellow Lab Zebra baby, I think they're called grow out tank. Whole variety of sponges. So that's a coarse sponge, which means it's not as fine as these ones. Coarse means water is able to penetrate and go through it, and it doesn't get as dirty as fast. fine is it collects faster in smaller particles. So bigger particles, smaller particles. These fish are doing good. They eat a New Light Spectrum surface feeder float. They have been doing putting on some size. I already fed all the fish, but I haven't done a video in a while, so I wanted to share the love with you guys. So for filtration is Emperor 400 on that side with Marine Pure and coarse and fine pad. On this side is a Penguin 150, I think it's called, I'm not sure, but a Penguin filter hang on back, and an Aquarium 5575 quiet flow with Marine Pure Matrix in coarse and fine pad with an intake sponge, Maxi Jet, and with just a regular sponge filter connected to it. They actually do take a lot of the water, but yeah. And then some sponge filters hooked up to air, and then a cylinder air stone, Tetra Whisper air pump, Maxi Jet 500 gallons. But I should probably go on the other side. So months and months and months ago, I put this fish in here. It had no fins really. It got shredded by the other cichlids. There's only 3 fish in another tank. But come here, buddy. Stop moving. So for maintenance that I showed on this tank up here, I did to every tank a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Moving right along with a 55 gallon, 3 Synodontis catfish and 2 red devil cichlids. Got them 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. 10 sponges. These tank with the Synodontis produce lots of waste. 2 Maxi Jets. So I could have just bought Maxi Jets instead of these pumps. I thought it would have been a good with the magnet on the back for the mount, but it is what it is. Waste of money, but pros and cons of them. But got some Marine Pure that I couldn't fit in a filter, Matrix in the tank, couple Touch Whispers, 2 cylinder air stones. What's it called? I know what it's called, Chris. Aqua Fuge. I haven't seen the name of it since I bought it, but Aqua Fuge, Refugium, got Marine Pure and a pad to polish or collect any debris for filter. Doesn't have a high output of flow, but it gets the job done. If this pump ever went out, I just put a Maxi Jet to it. Probably go with the big variety. So about an hour ago I fed New Light Spectrum extra large pellet and some seaweed I broke up and just put in the tank. Synodontis are small, medium, and large. Alright guys, moving right along. Alright guys, now we're in my room. 3 tanks in here, 3 75s. So there were a bunch of fish in here, 3 cichlids left due to aggression. The 3 are left, they're all thriving. This was Freddy's old substrate and cichlid substrate. 55 gallon, 2 substrates added into one. So quite a bit. This was the hybrid roast queen tank. My extra large fish that I used to have. But yep. So I was having problems with the Tetra Whisper. I think it's called the air pump. So instead of just hooking up a few air pumps or sponges, I connected them and rigged them and kind of made like that, what you see here. They still hold bacteria and everything. So I hooked up one air stone on each side, and it has, I call them the wrecking ball air stones hooked up to the piston air pump on top. So every tank has one of these and two of those of the MaxiJet. I'm not sure what those are called. Their circulation pump. It's a weird name, long and different. So when I first started this substrate at Tetra or Carib Sea or something like that, sand, black sand, ragonite, crushed coral, cichlid sand, symmetric rings, pebbles. There it goes. So this is the piston air pump. Good using it for probably 6 months or so. Nothing wrong with it or so. You don't want to get it wet for sure. Those are the 6 outlets. Yep. So lucky I had another pump at the bottom that connects to this. I guess it was off for a period of time and it heated up, and I don't think it leached in the water or anything, but I had a spare and I just replaced it. But matrix in both of these Aquariums, in this side and that side, and then of course a fine pad and marine pure spheres. I threw out all the marine pure squares because they were default, they were falling apart. The marine pure spheres are all legit, they're not falling apart. Had them for many years and still working strong. Aquariums run 400 gallons per hour. I hooked up a AquaClear 110 intake. It won't come off, it's pretty strong on there. Tetra Whisper on top. Yep. So in all my aquariums, I like to run a little agitation for gas exchange and oxygen for the fish. So that I usually have one pump or so at the surface. Yep. So that's about it for this tank. Moving right along. Alright guys, so this is hybrid rose queen, same species as the other queen, just different personality. This one's a lot meaner or so. 2 MaxiJets, circulation pump, 2 outlets on the other side. 2 cylinder air stones with some sponge filters. An AquaClear 110 and an Aquarium. Coral Life, 2 fluorescent tubes. Couple Tetra Whispers. All my outlets are on a drip loop and above the aquarium or beside the low tank. So no problem with electric fires or something like that or something like that. So this queen's very colorful, and she is the meanest. Her queen with the Coral Life. She's eating extra large pellets. So I'm trying to get her on as much as I can. She's not used to eating like the other queen. She really likes seaweed. She doesn't have a problem with that at all. You can see the teeth on her. So for the AquaClear 110s, I don't have the intake. I just have the intake tube. One reason because if they're digging a lot, it'll go inside the filter and burn up the pump right there. So those are off. Only time you want to have an intake for me, I guess, if little fish could get sucked in or something. But these are big fish, so you don't have to worry about that. Only problem with not having intake there is when the water level goes down. If it goes down too much, like I just topped off 5, I'll suck in air to the filter. This aquarium substrate had 100 pounds of sand, fluffy sand or powder sand, whatever. Very expensive. I've sucked it out over the years and dumped some out when we moved years ago. But still got a little bit in there. So this is, I have two Aquarium 10s that I bought from the beginning of time in my aquarium hobby, and they don't leak. And I could buy an Aquarium 10 from a store and it could leak a week or a month later. It shows you what, I don't know. But there's about 8 or 9 gallons of marine pure spheres that I own. Majority of them are in the hanging back filters. 3 gallons are in the Aquafuge 2 Refugium. That's how much media it can hold. There's just a coarse and fine pad at the bottom and marine pure. So with this, so the Aquarium 10 is passive, which means it moves through. And when this pad gets dirty, it's evasive, so it goes over. Just a thought. So this has matrix in it. Added a little bit of extra bacteria inside. So that's a Marineland aquarium up top. Different glass and stuff, I guess. I don't know. But it's definitely a pretty tank. So coming down to Simba's tank. My large orange red devil cichlid. So this is how all my Aquarium 10s are set up. Oh look guys. It's collecting a little bit. Little scratches in there. Alright, so this is how they're all set up. That's how much marine pure fits in here. Coarse and fine. Goes through the coarse and then the fine on top. This filter stays pretty clean. Aquariums are a different story. It can hold lots of organic waste and nutrients or what have you, compared to this type of setup, because it all has to go through the pad. It's kind of a pain in the butt because you gotta take all the marine pure spheres out, put the pad in, and put them back in. Alright guys, so Simba is very dear to me, so he's a very special fish to me. And his eye had he got sick or something, bacterial infection or something. I was told to take him out, put him in a bucket or container and dose him with antibiotics. It would have been too stressful for him, I'm guessing. So I tested the water and everything, all the water quality I had some of my tanks was spot on good. So I just waited, fed him, the biggest thing was just making sure he ate. So he was eating, and that was it. Water quality was good. And yeah, this tank's got 2 Aquarium 10s that I just showed you on that side. And I have to go to the window and do it that way. Window's there. And unplug it and go through the wall or window. Got some sponges, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, yeah, 8. So what I'm going to do with the matrix is put it in the refugium. I have 4 mesh bags I want to put in there, but I got to take the whole filter off and take all the marine pure out and put that at the bottom. We shall see. So Simba's a big fish. He's definitely over a foot long or so. A 75 gallon. He wasn't a 55 gallon a long time. So when I put him in here, he's definitely a little happier. So his left eye, what we're looking at now on this side, that was the eye. It was a little bulging out of his socket of his eye, of his head. But it's definitely gone in and healed itself. So that's good. So he eats extra large pellets, spectrum, float, and a little bit of seaweed. Nori. And it's a pain in the butt to get on that side, so I try my best. 2 Aquarium, wait a minute, 2 MaxiJet. 1,000 gallons on that side. I think this side's 1,000 too, but filling the float compared to the MaxiJet on these pumps, they're not as powerful. So yeah. So for lighting, I think is a 38 or something like that. LED blue and white. A couple Tetra Whispers, little ones, nothing big. And yep. 2-cylinder air stones pumping some good oxygen or air. Alright guys, I think I'm going to put all these videos together, I'm not sure. But should be good to try, should be good. Garden's good, I'm still eating all the food I eat. Alright guys, Merry Christmas, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace.